Today we're going to work on Ho Hey by the Lumineers. It starts with an F chord, and what I've done is arrange this for a, kind of a basic intermediate style guitar strumming. Not too hard of a tune, but I've kind of simplified some of the things for us just for ease of play. So we're going to play an F chord. Most of the time when you play an F chord, you're going to bar this first finger of the top two strings. But you don't really have to all the time if you either A, don't pick this high string, the E string, or B, angle your first finger in such a way that it grazes that first string there and mutes it out. That way you've only got these three notes. That way when you go to the C chord, it's a very quick little change there. The first finger will stay on the second string, first fret, and these two fingers come down to the fifth and fourth strings. So okay, so that's the left hand. We've got the F with not hitting the first string, and then down to a C chord. If you wanted to hit the first string, you could bar it, but it makes it a little bit harder of a switch there. So we're going to stick with the plan that I've kind of come up with here. Now, picking. If you look at the notation that I've scored out for you, it starts on the second 16th note of beat 4, which is E. And then there's two more 16th notes. So there's rest on beat 1, 2, and 3. And then there's a 16th note rest on the beginning of beat 4. Then you got the last three 16th notes. So it's E and a 1. E and a 1. Now you have to start with an upstroke on that. Why? Because when you play 16th notes, it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And that's how it would lay in there if you were subdividing the whole time. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Now, next beat is 2, and it's a dotted 8th note and then a 16th. So that rhythm sounds like 2 ah. 2 skip skip ah. So we've got the first and the last 16th note. 2 E and ah, but E and are not there because it's an 8th note, which takes the place of this one. Then there's a dot, which takes the place of this one, so then we only have the first and the last. Beat 3, there's a 16th note, and that means beat 3 isn't there. But then you have E, and you also have and. So you have the middle two 16th notes. Beat 3 is not there, E and's an 8th note, takes the place of the ah, ah's not there. So altogether, it's E and a 1, 2, ah, E and a 1, 2, ah, E and. I'm subdividing the whole time. Even though I may see a quarter note on beat 1, which that's what's there, you don't want to stop your hand from swinging. Why? Because it's just like if you had a basketball or a yo-yo and you stopped, it would stop as well. You have to subdivide and prepare yourself for when that comes back. It's a bit of a pendulum idea. So 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and see what I mean? It's always swinging. And then all you have to do is hit the 16th notes or 8th notes that are there. I hope I'm not oversimplifying that, but that's really, you have to keep the subdivisions going. So slowly, E and a 1, 2, ah, E and a 1, 2, ah, E and. Put the metronome on. Swings real nice, no big deal. And then I don't think you're right for him. Think of what it might have been. And he sings a song. Da, da. Measure 10. You're going to go to A minor. Okay, rhythm is the same. But now we have A minor, 1, 2, ah, E and, which is a G chord, and then back to the F, E and a 1. Measure 10 again. Okay, now we come to the chorus. At this point of the song, they go into what would be considered double time. So if the song's at 70 on the metronome, 70 times 2 is 140. So then I would click my metronome up to 140, or just kind of imagine that in my head, or if you have a drummer. Okay, now. So what we've got now is eighth notes. Tempo's twice as fast, so I wrote it out as eighth notes. And we have an A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and C. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and A minor, G, C. Okay, so that's the chorus of the song, which kind of, like I said, goes into what's called double time, meaning the tempo is twice as fast. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what I mean? It's twice as fast. Now, it's going to be silly to try to move your metronome that way. So in the Guitar Pro 6 file, lucky for you, I made the metronome go to 140 for us, and then when it went back to the verse part again, I took it back to 70. So, you know, you'll hear it switching tempos in there for you. So from the beginning, okay, so again, I've simplified it. I know it's not exactly like the record, and there's a bridge. I understand these things. But, you know, a lot of people aren't ready for that yet, so that's why this is in the basic intermediate section of the tune. If you love the song and you can't live without it, send me an email. Doug, score it out a little differently. Give me the bridge, you know, kind of put it all together. Put the bass in or whatever you need me to do, that's totally fine. I would probably play the chords slightly different on the gig, you know. Not really though. I mean, it's a pretty simple little tune, you know. Hope you enjoy that. That's called Ho Hey by the Lumineers. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.